Hello everyone, welcome back to the Java tutorial series. In this video, we are going to learn about the break statement in Java. So, the break statement is used to immediately terminate a loop or switch statement and transfer control to the next statement after it. So, by the end of this video, you will understand how and when to use the break statement effectively. So let's get started. So, what is break statement? The break statement is a loop control statement. Why we are calling loop control statement? Because with the help of break, we can control the loop based on our need. So break is a keyword in Java which we will use inside the loop, and based on our use we will put on the appropriate line. In the later part we'll see with the examples. So when Java encounters a break statement, it immediately exits the current loop or switch block. So the remaining iterations for loop are skipped and execution continues with the next statement after the loop. So let's say we have one for loop and some conditions, and we have used somewhere in between break. Then it will come whenever this line gets executed at the same time it will come out of the loop and it will execute the remaining lines of code. So the syntax of break is like this. So let's take an example. Let's move to IntelliJ. So we are studying break statement. So let's take one example. For int I equals to 1 and I less than or equals to 10. And I plus plus. So in this loop, we are initializing variable I with value 1 and we are taking up to 10 with applying condition I should be less than or equals to 10. So this loop will iterate for I equals to 1 up to I equals to 10 with the increment of one value, that is I plus plus. So each iteration it will increase the value of I with 1. So this loop will execute 10 times with I equals to 1 to 10. So we will add one condition. If I equals to 5. So this loop will iterate for 10 times with I equals to 1 to I equals to 10. So how it will execute 10 times? Why it is iterating from I equals to 1 to I equals to 10? So we have already covered this part in the for loop video. If you have missed that video, you can go and watch for loop. So we have added one condition inside for loop with the I equals to 5. So this loop will iterate from I equals to 1 to I equals to 10. So when it will reach I equal to 5, this condition will return true. So on fifth iteration, on fifth iteration, on fifth iteration, this if condition will be true. Then on fifth iteration, we can say we can execute whatever we want. So we will write break here and we are printing for each iteration I. So for now, just to understand for loop, I will comment this part. So this loop is iterating 10 times from I equals to 1 to I equals to 10. And inside loop, we have the print statement which is printing the value of I. So let's first run this program and verify. So in the output, we can see there is a value 1 to 10. That means it is iterating 10 times. Now, inside loop, we have added one condition saying that on fifth iteration, break this loop. That means on fifth iteration, it will come out of the loop. That means the output will be so it will iterate for first loop, second iteration, then third iteration, then fourth iteration, and so in this line we are printing the value of I. So when it will reach the fifth iteration, the loop will break and this print statement will not execute and it will come out of the loop. So break means on the same line from line number 12 to it will directly come to line number 15. It will not execute any of the code in between. It will directly come out of the loop and it will execute the later lines of code if present. So let's verify by running the program. So in the output we can see it is 1, 2, 3, 4 as we calculated based on the code. So when the value of I becomes 5, the break statement executes and the loop stops immediately. So when the break executes, loop terminates. Let's see another example. Let me comment this out. So let's have another example with while loop. So int I equals to 1 while I less than or equals to 10. So we are iterating the for loop from I equal to 1 to I equal to 10. And we are printing the value of I, and after printing we are doing the increment. So this is normal while loop which is printing from 1 to 10. Let's run the program and verify it. So in the output we can see it is printing from 1 to 10. This is initialization I equal to 1, and this is condition I less than equals to 10, and I plus plus is the increment. So we have seen these three components presents in all kind of loop, that is for, while and do while loop. So now we understood this while loop is printing from 1 to 10. Now our requirement is to break at the sixth iteration. That means we want the output up to 5 only. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when it reaches sixth iteration, the loop should terminate. So for that, we will be writing when if I equal to 6, I equal to 6, then break this loop. So on the on sixth iteration of while loop, it will this condition will become true and it will execute this line number 28, and after the execution of line number 28 it will directly come to line number 32. It will not execute any of the code in between. Break will terminate now the while loop and will go to line 32, that is exit of the loop. So break will break the while loop and it will go to line number 32, that is the exit of while loop. So on the sixth iteration, the while loop is getting terminated. That means this loop will run only for 5 iterations. So let's run and verify. So in the output we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we understood why do we use break statement. So the break statement is useful when a required value is found. What does it mean? Suppose we are iterating for I equals to 1 to I equals to 10, and we are searching for some required value, that is 6. When we found the required value, we don't need to search further in the loop. Another use case is when condition is satisfied and further iterations are unnecessary, and also if we want to improve program efficiency. Program efficiency in the sense it will help avoid unnecessary loop executions. So these are the use cases of break statement. So we will discuss one real life example. So you just imagine searching for a specific book in the library. So once you find a book, you stop searching. So similarly, in programming, when the required result is found, when the required result is found, the break statement stops the loop immediately. So this saves the time and resources. So the important point we should remember, break immediately terminates the current loop. It can be used with for, while, do while loop and switch also, as we have already seen in the switch video. And statements after break inside the loop are not executed. So it improves efficiency when further processing is not required, not needed. So let's quickly summarize what we learned so far. So break is a loop control statement. It exits a loop or switch immediately. It can be used in for, while, do while, and switch statements. It helps stop unnecessary iterations and improves efficiency. So that's all for this video. I hope this tutorial helped you understand the break statement in Java. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.